Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are out on the range for some range therapy. What that means for you guys is I'm going to read some of your comments from our past videos, and I get to plink around the backyard a little bit. So let's go ahead and jump into our first question. This comes from our review of the Rambler, the Nick Jr. the Nerf Junior blaster. This is from CR Nerf, which he's been a long time subscriber. I really do appreciate him and all the work he does. He's a good friend up north. But his comment was, love this, appreciate Sawyer's expert opinion. Thank you, Sawyer, for the video. And yeah, this is something that kind of hits home pretty regularly for me, being a father and starting this channel and really kind of evolving over time. But it's really about who is our target audience and what are we reviewing these blasters for, who's using these blasters. And I try to really hammer home the fact that my review is for this target audience right at the very beginning. So if you know we're reviewing the Tryon, for example, this obviously is not for kids like Sawyer. However, I want to make sure that you get the right information and you get my honest opinion about it. So it's coming from a standpoint of, does it perform well? Is it accurate? How is the inside look? Things like that. But when you're reviewing like something like a Nick, or I keep saying Nick, something like a Nerf Junior blaster, we have to take into account that that's meant for a specific target audience, and we got to look at, not only is it right for that particular person, but as a parent, I want to make sure that, like, if am I buying something that's going to withstand, being dropped, thrown, left outside in the rain, all that good stuff. And bringing Sawyer on for that review was kind of what I wanted to get at. Was not only is it right for me as a parent buying for a child, but is it right for the child? And he really, really digs it. So CR Nerf, thanks for your comment. Really appreciate it. And then there's also a follow-up message from Nicholas. It says, so I didn't see your previous video with your son, but much like CR Nerf, bringing a little kid is one of the best ways to review many of these Nerf blasters. Too many reviewers and reviews focus on how useful the blaster might be in a competitive or war scenario, and I understand why that is. However, not enough reviews put the blaster in the hands of a child, considering the fun factor and target audience. I'm going to buy one of these for my 5-year-old son. After seeing your video, sure, he can handle the elite stuff, single shot blasters and Reflex 6, but they often can't handle him. And that's kind of what I'm getting at, is those blasters, not only were they targeted and perform well for that age group, and they're not hitting too hard where someone's going to get hurt, but the plastics that they use, the reinforcements and all that stuff is all up to snuff, and it's not going to break if you walk on it or if you drop it, or at least the first time that happens. Now, would I hand my Nexus Pro to Sawyer and let him run around with it, leave it outside and step on it and throw it? Probably not. So yeah, thanks guys for your comments. Really appreciate it. Okay, so our next comment comes from the upgrade video I did for my Unicorn, and I really, really love that blaster and how that video turned out. But fellow content creator, and actually someone you should definitely check out if you haven't. Obviously, if you're watching my channel, you've probably seen his channel, but Bots in Blasters, that's Bots in Blasters. It says, major kudos, my dude, for keeping the CQB form factor of the Unicorn. I have seen so many people buy this blaster and immediately stick a long barrel on it. I personally feel like it defeats the purpose of a Unicorn in regards to the CQB design of it. It's meant for fast assembly, fast takedown, and fast action. The perfect travel the perfect travel blaster. Also, totally digging the camera. Might have to check it out. So, like I said, if you haven't subscribed to Bots yet, definitely go over there, subscribe to his channel. He runs a Foam After Dark podcast every Monday night. I think it's like 9 or 9:30. They just started streaming on YouTube, but they also stream over on Twitch. I think they're co-streaming now, so definitely check them out, whether you're on Twitch or YouTube, whatever. Definitely check it out. But yeah, I couldn't agree more. it's not like putting the longer barrel in the Unicorn is a bad thing, but it kind of to me defeats the whole original premise of it being such a small profile blaster. So the way they designed it was just with the head of the plunger, the catch is all integrated into the actual head of the plunger, and the spring itself just seats nicely in there. So they did that to compact it even further. So like Bot said, like, it's not like it's anything wrong with putting a longer barrel on it, but you know, it's small for a reason. So, and I can't understand why, if you want to put a longer barrel in that blaster, why you wouldn't just purchase a Seagull or something like that. So yeah, thanks for the comment, Bots. I really appreciate it. So our last comment comes from Valent101, and he says, hey there, just pre-ordered the purple one from the UK. Just wondering what site you're using, and do you have a link? Thank you. This is for our Unicorn, the Unicorn versus the Seagull comparison video I did. And I have to admit, this is kind of going to show my stupidity here, but when he said, what site are you using? I thought he meant Out of Darts, like website. What he meant was, what optic are you using? So duh. Anyway, so the one that I use for all my reviews, and I like to use like starting out with a blaster, is the Feyachi or Pinty, just kind of like the generic, I think it's like 24 to 29 buck reflex sight. It's got a lot of features that are really kind of premium for such a cheap airsoft blaster sight. Obviously with like a, real steel weapon, it wouldn't hold its center very well because of the recoil and all that. But for Nerf, it worked out really well. It's inexpensive. You can adjust the windage. You can adjust the height, elevation. You've got a couple different colors to pick from, a couple different reticles, all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll put a link in the description of this video. So yeah, let's go ahead and fish up. Alright guys, so if you enjoyed this range therapy session with me, it's going to get better, I hope, but yeah, leave a comment down below, and I will read through those comments. Like I said, I'm going to be combing through my old videos for comments, things like that, and bringing them on this series, and just having some fun. We'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. We've got two more. And we're spent.